Hello, everyone, and happy Valentine's Day. Today, we are here to talk about love. Not between a man and a woman, but between a man and his country. Between a man and his ideals. Between a man and America's ass. Captain America Brave New World follows the story of Sam Wilson as Captain America, and after stopping the illegal theft of rare earth materials, he starts to find out that the rabbit hole goes much deeper than he ever anticipated, leading us down a trail of lies, deceit, and good old drugs. Now, this movie was very interesting to me because there are four main narratives that it is juggling between throughout the whole thing. On one hand, you have the continuation of Sam Wilson's own story on just what it means to be Captain America. So often I hear the complaint of, he's not my Captain America. Steve Rogers is the only Captain America. I wouldn't eat Sam Wilson's ass, as if that's not the point of the movies. The bro has spent the past every property that Sam Wilson has ever been in, including this. He spends half the movie staring in a mirror, scowling at himself, just saying, "You'll never be him. You ain't no goddamn Steve Rogers." It seems it's very clear, it's very important, this is not Steve Rogers. Steve Rogers left a imprint that is nearly impossible to fill. This is the point of Sam Wilson, Captain America. He's doing what he can. He's a regular guy that has gadgets from about every Marvel property that ever existed just so that he can walk. He's a different guy. Number two, they are also trying to tie up some of the loose ends that they have introduced throughout the past years. In Eternals, when that giant celestial came sticking out of the water, they address it, and it's actually part of the universe. It affects what happens in politics now. Mark Ruffalo, remember when we all thought he was gonna get 6 standalone movies? That ain't happening. Edward Norton Hulk is now the only canonical standalone Hulk movie. They pretend that was Mark Ruffalo. They take Harrison Ford, give him a funny fake mustache, have him screaming at the camera. He's Thaddeus Ross even back then. He had to shave it because it wasn't good for the vote. 3, they are also using this as a springboard for future Marvel properties. You see, there is the rare earth material that they are carving out of the Celestial is adamantium, so that they can set up for the X-Men. Thaddeus Ross, he comes to Sam Wilson, Captain America, and asks him to form a new Avengers. And number 4, and possibly the most important, you see, the past 3 narratives I've been talking about were very cool, very fun and interesting, seeing them finally focus in on and address the Marvel Universe, what it has been and what they are trying to make. All of these things were great in my opinion. The worst part of the entire movie was the actual story that they created to try to keep all of these narratives together. As soon as they introduced Giancarlo Esposito, was the most unnecessary character in all of Marvel in my opinion. That dude made 0 sense. He did nothing except play Gus from a show that came out 15 fucking years ago. They should have just written him out of the movie, because there's about a solid 20 minutes where I really zoned out and just couldn't pay attention. It was everything including his damn story. The dude's barely in the movie. He plays this weird Hannibal-esque character, but worse because he can't do anything. He gets arrested immediately, but then just talks all this big game of like, "Oh, I'll be out in no time." Alright, I'm just gonna throw a spoiler alert out there. The best villain by far in my opinion, since they are going back to the Edward Norton Hulk. If you remember in the Edward Norton Hulk, there was the guy who was smart and he got Edward Norton blood drip directly into a wound on his head, and you knew that he was going to become Samuel Stern, his name is. He's a villain. So the blood drips on his head and his brain starts growing, and you know he's going to become this super smart villain. I saw pictures before the movie where it was him with a grown head and it looked good. It made sense. When they actually reveal this fucking loser in this movie, he looks like SpongeBob when he shaved his fucking head off for Halloween and it's just his brain is showing, and he acts like it too because he's dumb as fuck. For you see, his whole plan throughout the movie, he has 2 things he's doing. One, he's trying to brainwash people into committing acts of terrorism, and number 2, the most important and best storyline in all of Marvel, he is getting old man Theodore Ross hooked on pills. He is getting him addicted to pills so that he can slowly give him Gamma radiation. Where he got that gamma ectoplasm, I don't want to know. But he's feeding it to Theodore Ross, which inevitably turns him into the Red Hulk. And I truly cannot express to you just how useless of a villain Samuel Stearns is. His main play he's calling Theodore Radish on the fucking phone, and he's just telling him like, give in to your anger, Teddy. You must take the pills, and you must give in to your anger. And you just see the whole movie fucking Harrison Ford punching the wall like, leave me alone, I'll do whatever I want, damn it. His assistant walks over like, who are you talking to? She grabs the phone. Who is this? Samuel Stearns like, oh, nobody, miss, sorry. And then fucking Harrison Ford just, she's like, your daughter's on the phone? And he just has red eyes like, you know, I couldn't help but feel like this whole movie was just like a metaphor for the situation Marvel's in. Like, Marvel is Harrison Ford, just like this old pillhead man just trying to get by and do his job. Then you got Steven Sternson or whatever, just like all of like the hate fucking red pill fucking whatever, and just feeding him the fucking red pill. Come on, give it to the hate, give me what I want over here. And then so it's just like this raging Red Hulk doesn't know what the fuck to do, and we're all just watching and judging. And then like you know, the average viewer, like the fans who are still holding up, we're Betty Ross. I feel like her at the end of the movie. I'm looking at Marvel through the bars of a jail cell. Let's just talk. But you know, despite what I felt like this movie did or did not do narratively, I do feel like this was a fun movie. Overall, I was smiling. The action was fantastic. Sam Wilson, they more than explain how the dude is able to hold his own, because he barely can. The entire movie he's staying, I should have taken that damn serum. It's part of his fucking character. And if we can all just understand and agree, yes, Sam Wilson is not Steve Rogers, but he has it, and because he's not, he's a different fucking guy. So let's just give him a chance, right? Because at the end of the day, by the end of the movie, he was Captain America in my eyes. Because you think about what makes Captain America: an undying love and an undying need to make sure that his country and the people within it are safe. Sam Wilson looked his president in the eye and said, yo, shut the fuck up. That's Captain America right there. And I'm fucking with it. Out of 10. Thanks for watching, everybody.